just they'll compare them until you have so many to vote on, and
Right.
then once they've got it down to two, you'll be choosing between the last two.
Right.
But they're talking about this being um,
Well, because yeah, they take anniversary, right? Yeah, I thought the Odyssey, but you're right.
well, they're
They're
talking
definitely
about
going to get Federation
what
out
they're
there.
what they're doing. The Federation character is the one that they did the social media election on.
Okay.
Um, However, the anniversary event here, that the reason they mentioned that is because they're going to be launching this. Whatever ship gets selected here will be our anniversary ship.
Okay. No way, we didn't mind for the last couple of months. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen, Seth on the network, Pennington Jr. Yeah, you kind of heard us talking. Aaron shared with me this morning. I didn't really look at it just yet, 'cause I had to take care of other things today. But I've only got around to it in the last 10, 15 minutes with Aaron, and looking at it and checking it out. Now this is going to be interesting. When I looked at this, talking with Aaron, I seen anniversary ship. The first thing I thought of was the Odyssey ship. But Aaron did point out that they did the same thing with the Federation carrier. And the Federation carrier that I fly now is the winning design. Now the only thing is, as Aaron was pointing out, this was posted this morning. Each one of these is going to go for 24 hours. And then what Aaron would say, at the poll to see who wins, and then bring out the next two, bring out the next two, and then whoever wins this winner will go against this one will go against this one, and then whoever wins those, let's say this one here wins, and Aaron wants this one, I like this one too. So let's say this one and this one wins. So then at the last vote, these two will go against each other. And this is just theoretical. These two are still going. But, if you want to get involved, you can go to the website, Twitter, Facebook, and just simply put in, I vote for Team Alpha, I vote for Team Bravo, and
It's
there's
done by hashtag. So if for this election you would want to do hashtag Team Alpha or hashtag Team Bravo, and you can do that on. Sorry about that. You can do it from Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And
now we're going to go to one, because I just showed Aaron, I don't know if you've seen this yet, Aaron, but, let's see if I want me to do it again. Okay, go to page one. You see there's 6 pages already. But as you can see, Team Alpha is actually winning. So yay, Team Alpha, go. But you can actually see, through the 24 hours, so far, 745 votes for Team Alpha, 494 for the Team Bravo. And then this whole, let me see, 6 of them will expire? Because they're going off California time, I want to say. What do you think?
I don't remember when exactly it was that they posted. I can find out though.
You can, right up here. This would start to the 12:30 this afternoon.
So it'll go to the same time tomorrow. So it'll go to 12:30 tomorrow.
Alright, so there you go. So this third will end 12:30. This time right here, I believe, is what they're going by. This time, when they put it in and activated it, I believe. And then, like I said, then we'll go back and, go back. There it goes. So right now, it seems like Team Alpha's winning. 12:30 tomorrow, these two will disappear. And then 12:31, 1 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, the next two will pop up. And once again, you got 24 hours to vote. And you're allowed, now you can do 1, 2, 3 to get 3 vote counts. So let's say you go to Facebook, try to look 3 times, it won't let you. You have to do 1, 2, 3 that way if you want to post 3 times for it. You can't go to like Twitter 3 times or official form 3 times. The second and third one will be not allowed. Only one, as I understand.
Jimmy, I am going to actually put in my vote, and I'm going to tag you in it so that you can show them the way that you do it. Basically, I'm doing it from Facebook. So I'm going to the posting that they put up. I'm going to the posting that they put up, and I'm going to put in my reply just the way that they tell me. So I'm going to go in and.
Yeah, there's the first comment right there. Reminds me of the TI3 there. There's already 37 comments on this one page already. You must get long.
There we go. I just posted it and I tagged you in it.
Yeah, sure did you tag me? There you go, that took a few seconds. Yeah, you see Graham just posted that. So there's 37 on this one. Twitter?
So, if you don't mind, Jimmy, I'd like to talk about these two ships for just a second. My personal view while you're looking. My personal view on these two ships, Team Alpha, the triangular ship has been done and overdone and overdone and overdone. This looks way too much like the Alachi escort. Or as Dino and I have come to call it, the Space Dorito.
Yeah.
The Team Bravo one, which is the one that I voted for in this case, it kind of curves up the way a Romulan Talus does if you look at the flat view of it.
Yeah.
But it's got that nice triangular shape that airplanes like the Stealth Fighter, or that right, or that well, the Stealth Bomber is a little newer than the 40s or 50s, but there's also that World War II ship plane that is shaped about the same way. There's one of them hanging over in the Smithsonian, and I don't remember the ship, or I keep saying ship. I don't remember what aircraft it was, like what it was called. I know that there was a very, very, very large version of it in Captain America. In the first Captain America movie, there was a really large version of this plane. What?
Was that supposed to be like a German ship?
That particular one was, yes. However, the one I'm talking about, I don't believe it was. In fact,
my parents were Air Force officers, and we used to go to these Air Force air shows over in Andrews Air Force Base every year in Maryland. Now, there were these ships coming like that, but there was this one that actually came out about the same time the D-1 bomber, just everything else all came out. And it was shaped like that, but on this back end you had a propeller here, a propeller here, and then there was like 2 more propellers back here, kind of pushing the plane forward. And a lot of people, they actually called it a frisbee back then, because that's what it looked like to them, a gigantic frisbee with propellers. But surprisingly, that thing flew.
if you give me a second, Jimmy, I will show you a picture of it, because you know how when I went to the Smithsonian, I took a bunch of pictures, including the Enterprise. I think I have a picture of that plane.
Right.
Let me see if I can share it with you.
Good. Yeah, because while you're doing that, I'm going to try to find that. The flying frisbee was called. Not just nickname, the flying frisbee.
It was more like it was kind of boomerang shaped, just like that one, just like that ship you're looking at there.
the sun. Everything under the sun look like that.
That's not surprising. Let's see, look at my albums. Go to DC trip. There we go. Gotta go to the second day because it was a different building. Here we go. There's the space shuttle, so that's the right day. Because I saw it the same day I saw the space shuttle. It's also the same day I saw the Blackbird. Because it's in the same building. Where are you? You were huge. I know. I took a picture of you. I might have only got part of it in the shot if I did take a picture of it.
Oh, you said you took it in the Smithsonian. The Smithsonian has an airport Smithsonian page that you can go to. You can probably pull it that way.
I could.
But right now, I'm looking
I just figured it would be easier to get it this way, but... Come on, the thing was a giant plane. I mean, literally, it was huge. Oh, there's where I was looking at the rockets. Went around the outside. There's, oh, what's his name? I forget what he was called. There's the Enola Gay that dropped the, atomic bomb.
Well, that's a side deal with it. 20,000 design aircraft that don't look like they should fly to take low. Wow, there's all kinds of weird ships.
Forgive us, folks, as we call them ships, because they are definitely airplanes.
Airplanes. See, there it is, right there. USS Air Force, the XF-85 Goblin an American prototype jet fighter intended to deploy from the dawn day of the Commodore D-36, 1948. You know, you see the side deal of that.
I'm waiting for it to catch up so I can see what you're looking at. Because then I can tell you if it's the ship the plane I'm thinking of. It's similar, but it's not right. Where the heck is it? Like, I was positive I took a picture of it.
Right.
Like, it's impossible to miss. It's huge.
Right.
Here, so let's try going to the Smithsonian page. Images. Let's do it this way. Give me pictures, baby.
Unit Navy launches a deadly stealth drone that's mistakenly into UFO. Imagine that.
No, it's not surprising.
Yeah, 'cause there's a lot of planes, especially when they tested out the new stealth fighter that we just started using. And we didn't come, this one right here, ladies and gentlemen, you know, yeah, we kind of kept our mouths shoved out and took that off. So when the Gulf War became the Gulf War and it started doing so well, they finally said that this plane right here was on there, they finally said that, yeah, the reason why we went to the Gulf War is we were using this plane. But a lot of people seen this plane and thought UFOs were flying all over, you know, Nevada.
Yeah, experimental aircraft can kind of cause that kind of panic.
Yeah, they do.
It's really going to bother me until I find a picture of it.
There it is. I think I found it. I think I found it.
Okay.
And open up. Next time. Yeah. Why is it saying you were found? Oh, won't he clean this can with mine? Good heck. Finally taking these up, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the UFO Chronicle. But it's got the same wing shape and everything. Is that the thing we talked about in the Smithsonian's?
It's it was way more V-shaped than that, but yeah, it's similar. Here's one.
Alright. There's a lot of experimental planes we apparently have built and used. And one with a bunch of pictures. See, right here, here's the other one, ladies and gentlemen, that they would also run over the Gulf War. This is a bomber, big, huge monster bomber, and it even
Okay.
started a movie
So-
with John Travolta. I think it's the other guy that played. So John Travolta played it bad, he was never retired, he's about to retire, but he turned bad because he's going to steal the plane and the nuclear bomb.
So here is the. It was a World War II plane, and it was German.
And share it to Facebook or?
Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, see, I told you. And you got there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the one reason why Germany, for the longest time, now granted, it's supposedly aliens taught the Germans how to build a rocket engine, but if you really look at it, the first people who built the so-called rocket engine were the Germans.
The
And then he does a joke, us Americans used to have this joke, because even though our Mustang planes were overpowered, we actually had an overpowered, engine inside our Mustang engines, but we also had a bunch of NOS, nitrous oxide. So a lot of times the gentlemen would come up on top of it, try to kill us, and they would flip on the NOS, and they'd see the smoke flying off the plane, thinking that good, we got it, only to find out that the Mustang would flip over, get on their six, and then blast them out of the sky, because they were activating their NOS boost, and basically duped them out of their firing arms.
Alright, and then this one I'm sending you here right now is the one from Captain America, which is based on a similar design but would have been much, much larger.
Yeah, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, very much a small picture that you see, compared to the other one. And that's basically, if you look at this picture here, that's where this design totally came from.
And that's what the Lukari ship reminds me of. Now, if you...
Another movie that they claim was actually part of? Indiana Jones.
Oh, were you sure about that?
The second movie where Indiana Jones had to get out of there, and there was a ship just collected, that he knocked up on up, and it started doing these circles and everything else, and then blew up.
Oh, no, Jimmy. That was a prop plane. That plane had a propeller.
Oh, I thought it had a rocket engine. I should have gone to the V-shape and Indiana Jones, I hate planes,
And the only part of it that was V-shaped really was the fact that its wings kind of made a V. Like it was what you would think of as a standard airplane.
Okay.
So let's look at these pictures here on the thing here real quick.
Alright.
And by the way, we're up to almost 20 minutes.
You said you were going to take 10 minutes. This is Aaron's, ladies and gentlemen. They were going to take 10 minutes. Talk about this thing. Hopefully get some more votes for Team Bravo. I'm voting for Team Alpha.
Yup. So round two is going to be these middle two, from what I'm guessing. Um, the first one looks very flying
This one
saucer.
is kind of closed, and it's actually one of our drones. It's one of our drones. Oh wow, here's a whole bunch of them. Features in space. Showing all these weird
Well,
designs.
no, let's go back and look at the Star Trek page.
Oh, Star Trek page, alright, I'm back on it. Yeah, and that's really a couple of documentaries shot where it
Hmm.
catches up on history.
So that way the folks at home can see what I'm talking about. And then when you get there, scroll to the bottom so it has all 6 pictures.
Okay. You know, the problem is this last one there. That, I don't know, there's a phone device. I think, Panasonic or Sony or something makes it. Well, that looks like one of those, conference phone device things.
It does. It looks like a conference bridge, and a lot of companies make them. We use something kind of similar to that at work. Um,
Okay.
so we've got the first two, which is the vote we're doing right now.
Which
Now
is
they said
around 12:30.
right. The next two, which will be round three, which will be round two, I should say, probably be tomorrow.
Right.
Um, the first one of those kind of looks very much like a flying saucer,
Kind of.
and then the second one looks like one if the flying saucer had like a little bit of a dip in it. Between those two, I like the second one,
Right.
and then on.
Again, that's probably the cigar shit that some people call the cigar UFO.
Now the last ones, I like
Look
the
very
first one.
nice.
Yeah, I like the first one of those last two. It reminds me a little bit of the curved ship shape that they used in the um, second Alien movie and in Prometheus, which is still being debated whether or not it's actually part of the Alien franchise. I count it, but whatever.
Well,
But
I hope they come back out, because like I said, the way they left the last movie,
mhm.
it left it as a cliffhanger.
So
You know,
Jimmy,
the one
you're
guy,
looking at this last one, and you're saying it kind of reminds you of one of those phone things.
yeah, conference style.
But yeah, on one of those conference phones, when you're looking at it from the top. However, when you're looking at it from the side, which is the lower picture, you know what it reminds me of?
Uh,
You remember the day the Earth stood still, not the original one, but the remake with Keanu Reeves.
oh yeah, I got that movie, yeah,
It looks like the ship from that.
yeah.
Now, between these six, I like number five.
Yeah. And again, another reason why I like this, one more in the, not the old that one, that we'll talk about today, but in the newer one, that so-called, striker ship, or what do they call it? The actually Cylon itself.
I don't think so.
It kind of looks like it.
It
You just don't
doesn't
know.
really
And I don't
remind
know
me
which one.
of a Cylon striker, but I mean, it's possible. Then if you guys look at the stuff that's on the bottom here, where it says it can cast your vote through Facebook, Twitter, and the official forums. The first three rounds will be live for 24 hours. The top three designs will be entered into a final round. So it's not going to be between two, it's going to be between three. So let's say that we end up going with the first one, the third one, and the fifth one. We would have to choose between those three. And then in the end, it'll become the official anniversary ship that'll be released in February.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I thought, didn't I already get it last time? Where you did
No,
two, 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 then they
no.
dropped down to two,
Um,
two,
at
or
least not as far as I remember. The only part of the vote that I remembered from the last one is that they only gave me two options. So it's possible that I missed most of it, but it's not likely. So I don't remember. I don't
yeah,
remember
there's
for the
one I remember
carrier.
where they did the first two, and you pretty much had all month. 1 week they
What
did
was
this
that?
one.
What was that carrier called? Jupiter?
No, yeah, it was Jupiter. Yeah, you looked at the Russian Jupiter was open now. The other Jupiter, but now, thank the critic, the face our critic. If you hear my comment, critic, thank you, you assholes. I like the other Jupiter. Why did you take it out of the game? I like the other Jupiter. But now, we're going to get rid of it and replace our old Jupiter with a new class Jupiter, because that other one's outdated and old. And that's another thing. If they're taking all the old ships out, why is the county still in the game?
They're not taking the old ships out.
They took all the Jupiters out.
The old Jupiter was never meant to be a playable ship. You're also not thinking of Jupiter. You're thinking of the Typhoon.
No, I'm thinking of the. I'll have to go back to one of my streams where, yeah, I showed the one just to, and a few months later it's been replaced with the new Jupiter class, and it used to sit right there, right there at the where you went to the Borg Alpha and then to the Borg team and you talked about maybe to start your, Borg storyline. Not the regular one, the cyberspace one where you went to it and you clicked on it, and when you clicked on it, it took you into the incident where you talked to the USS Victory.
Okay, so I was wrong. For the carrier, they did have multiple ships. I just didn't see it until the vote for the last two. So I saw the alpha and beta vote. And then I saw the one that went up between Epsilon and Omega.
Yeah.
So they had, let's see, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ships to choose from. And then they narrowed it down. So basically they did it tournament style.
Yeah.
So Alpha versus Beta, Gamma versus Delta, and then it ended up being Alpha versus Gamma. And then they had Epsilon, Theta, Sigma, and Omega came down to Epsilon and Omega, and then between Omega and Alpha, they chose Omega. So we're doing it the same way apparently, as we did that carrier thing. I apparently just missed most of the voting for that one.
Yeah, that's how they did it. I think how long it was, but each one, to me, it seemed like it went for about a week or so. Because one week it was this one, the next week it was this one, the next week it was this one, and then the very last week it was like the last one, and then whatever one that won that one, whichever one that one.
Oh, Jimmy, I know what it was.
And
I know what it was.
It took 2 months.
I know why I missed it.
Huh?
I know why I missed it.
Wow.
The one for the carrier
Yeah.
was this time last year.
Oh, you were moving, Tom.
I was moving, so I wasn't playing as much and I wasn't online as much.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it took about 2 months because they started with this one and say that yours won. So then they say that, and then if this one would come out, this one would win, and then this one would come out, this would win, and then they put it together, or they put these two together, whoever won would go against this one, and then let's say this one lost, but this one won.
I just sent you a link for the one where they announced that Omega won for the carrier. It shows the breakdown of the contest.
Yeah, there it is, thank you. Yeah, I was trying to find it, I couldn't find it. Now see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the original one, and yeah, I was kind of going for the last one, because I really wanted it. But
Now, when you were thinking about the Odyssey, what happened was with that was early. We had that a while ago, where people, I don't know if were the designs for the carrier submitted by players?
Now, this one, basically, now here's the thing. The Odyssey was actually, they had people actually, it was called Design Your Own Starship, and people submitted their own drawing. The guy that drew the Odyssey, actually the winner, because he designed the Odyssey, won it. I think he got a lifetime pass.
he got a bunch of really cool stuff for winning.
Yeah, he
Um,
is designing.
there
He
is
is
Jimmy.
one game.
I'll give you a bit of Star Trek Online trivia. There is another ship from that original contest in our game right now, and it's an active ship. Do you know which one it is?
I want to say it's crap, the card one.
No, it's not. That wasn't designed by a player. That was designed by a ship designer for Star Trek. Um,
Oh,
the
Mars.
no, the Constellation class, the one that Picard had the Picard maneuver on. No,
Yeah.
that was actually in an episode of Next Generation. Um, the other one that was designed by a player, besides the Odyssey, was the veteran ship, the Chimera ship.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Hmm. Yeah, because the contest wasn't necessarily design your own ship; it was design the next Enterprise,
Right.
and that was one of the runners up.
In fact, I'm trying to find it again. See, let's see, Odyssey Star Cruiser? No, that ain't
That article would have been a long, long time ago, Jimmy.
it. Yeah, but I figured it would
That
till the,
that would have been before Arc.
yeah, the Wiki would have it.
Maybe.
No, there it is, right there, there it is. Star Trek, the Delta Wall. There it is, right there, I found it. USS Enterprise, design your own Enterprise. Now I think this is just about the winner who won. Oh yeah, Pete Johnson was the newest blogger. Oh, I didn't know that. The guy who designed the original Enterprise actually became a blogger. Look
Hmm.
at that. Mm. It's going to take a little searching, maybe, don't it?
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I already looked at that color. Yeah, it was called Design the Next Enterprise, which basically ended up being the Odyssey ship. In fact,
I actually found it.
2011.
I found it on the Arc site.
Oh, you did?
Uh huh. The original articles.
Alright. I'm ready to be touched.
I'm gonna send a bunch of them to you, so just
Yeah,
watch
right
them.
now I'm looking at the design one. They're actually showing the runner-ups, what they look like, probably.
So the Chimera should have been one of the runner-up.
Right. Selecting, creating a clay model. Oh, no, this is how they did the thing. Okay, there's that story.
They're not in order, by the way.
Alright.
So like the first one I sent you is part 1. The
Yeah,
second
that's
one I
what I'm
sent
looking
you is
at.
part
There's
4.
the wicked thing here. Now I'm trying to throw something in you. Yeah, but these are off the walk lately, ladies and gentlemen. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Designing the Enterprise, Part 4, and then of course the winner. There it is, right there, there it is. Okay, the runner-up, so these are all the people that won. Oh wow. Okay, so the order number, the Odyssey class, which is the NCC 1701F, which basically became the Odyssey class. The second place was this guy. I can't load up anymore. Or can I? Yeah, I can. Yes, I can. So that's what that ship looks like. And that's what the whole idea of designing the next Enterprise, Enterprise F. So that was the second runner up. Okay, we'll close that one out. Third place kind of reminds me of, crap, our temple ship.
Uh, Second place reminds me of one of the command ships. Yes, actually, that's Perseus,
Yeah.
Theseus, one of the temporal cruisers. Yeah, very
Uh-huh.
much.
So, I mean, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, these designs were way back. Now, this is probably the one you was probably talking about. Yeah, see, this guy really wanted the details on his images. And you can see he really wanted the detail. You know, showing top, bottom, sides, front, back. And this one, I believe, when he designed this one, even though he was calling it the Enterprise F, he was actually thinking of kind of like the Avenger ship, where it still has the battle clouds of Sovereign, but it has the maneuverability of the battle cruiser. And that's what this guy was. I was actually going for this one here, but I thought this one was kind of cool looking. It had that firepower style look to it. But as you can see all the runner-up, all the people who took place in the design of the next Enterprise. Now, the granted, this was done back in 2011, and then it then became our second year anniversary ship. And then, as you said, was that something?
Here's one. This one's got the Chimera in it.
Yeah.
So if you go to the bottom of the page, it talks about where the design came from.
Oh, okay.
And that last bit there is from the person who designed the Chimera class, and he had submitted it.
Yeah, he
Um,
was the second place runner-up, wasn't he?
yeah.
Yeah, he
I
was
don't.
right there, second place runner-up. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, if you do any ship design drawings, a lot of them, as you kind of see in some of these pictures, they do keep them kind of look at, and eventually will get used in the game.
Well, eventually they might be used in the game.
Eventually.
We can't guarantee that they would, of course.
Right.
But yeah. So get in there, guys. Vote.
Yeah, you
Um,
got till 12:30 when this thing got posted. Back, we'll go take a look at it now. See. Now, like I said, if you want to see who's winning, you have to go to this one right here, official forums. And then you have to go to page one, because there's like already 6, 7 pages already. But you go to page one.
now, and of course, folks also remember that
Wow,
they
so we
own.
can't look a little more. It's
Yeah,
not
remember.
60.
Right. Remember also though that it can only get updated so fast.
Yeah,
So it might be a little behind.
right.
But it does show the votes.
Yeah.
God damn it, people.
What?
Team Alpha sucks. Vote for Team Bravo, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, help Aaron out.
Yes, and he's a little out. Just a little, not too much, just a little.
Vote Team Bravo, and when they put up the next ones, we'll. I already told you which ones I like, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Well,
when
like I
they
said,
come
when
down to
this
the
one
last
comes
three,
out,
we're good.
let me back up there. When this one comes out, I'm definitely voting for this guy. Cause that, I'm sorry. I don't want to blind confident them flying all around, shooting
Mm-hmm.
phasers and everything else. Cause to me,
Mm-hmm.
that might be the old confident style.
Right. See, I want it to come down to the second one, the fourth one, and the fifth one.
Alright.
And then in the end, I want the fifth one to win.
Yeah, like I said, they do things
So
like
hear that, ladies and gentlemen, help me out. I want my favorite ship to be the new Lukari ship because I want to fly around in that thing. It looks like it would be badass.
yeah, well that. Is this what I looked on? I think I read your other ones. This thing goes out. That don't goes out. But now, like I said, if it goes the same way, and this is the idea, ladies and gentlemen, so you know what's going to happen. As you all know, yes, the Jupiter class won. So when the first one comes out, you see Alpha 1, Gamma, then they did it again. As you can see, Alpha 1 again, then it became Omega, and then you had a
Well,
choice.
no, Jimmy. You got to look at it like tournament brackets. So you've got the top four along the very top. Between alpha and beta, alpha 1. Between gamma and delta, gamma 1. So then alpha 1 between alpha and gamma. Then look at the bottom. You've got epsilon versus theta and epsilon 1. And
Oh,
then
you
you've
leave it,
got,
okay.
yeah, so it leads to the center. The center is the winner. So
Okay.
it's just like a tournament bracket, like if you were watching, football, hockey, or something.
Yeah. It's just, instead of going sideways like you see a lot of these
Hmm.
tournaments go this way, it's turned
Yes.
funny.
So yes, and you can take that advice, Cryptic. If you want to make tournament brackets in the future, make them face the right direction.
Yes, because that confused me. But you can see, ladies and gentlemen, one week we have this one, then another week we have this one, then another one, and then another one. But it finally lead it up to the Omega one here.
Right.
Finally.
All right, Jimmy. We're about to come up to 45 minutes before too long here. Let's end it before it reaches an hour.
Yeah, because I am going to go to work. I don't have dinner yet. And so, like I said, if you want to get in this stove, remember, help air up just a little bit, but not too much. And then 12:30, I'm kind of guessing, if they started this at 12:30, then that means 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. They will do it again. Galactic News Network. Edit. 12:30. Let's go here. What is this going to take us? Schedule maintenance. I don't see no other time. So I'm guessing, I don't know, maybe 12:30 Pacific Standard Time, I guess. So I don't know.
Um, yeah, probably.
Vote for today for the team bottom. So you doesn't say time, you just say vote today for 24 hours. So I don't know. Alright, well anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. You got 24 hours. This is probably already like half over. So you need to kind of get in there and vote for your team. And then tomorrow they'll probably bring out another one. And like I said, I'm thinking they're going to go the same route. To me, that's how they done both the Aussie ship and the last one where you got the take the last ship. They did this bracket style where 1 week or for 1 day you got the one, then the next day, then the next day. And it took now. The Odyssey one took a little longer. That one took about 2-3 months before they finally came down to the Odyssey ship. But the Federation carrier, no, that took about a month. And by the end of the month, the Federation carrier Jupiter class came out. But they kind of did the same thing, this bracket style. Anything else you want to throw in?
No, that's it, Jimmy.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. 24 hours. Remember, a little help to Aaron team, a lot of help to my team, because we got to win.
Shut up. Team Bravo, Team Bravo.
Team Alpha, except when we get to the last ship. Please, for the love of God, don't go to the flying conference down. That's all I got to say. Otherwise, if I see you playing with flying conference down, I'm going to give my clown ship and I'm going to hunt you down and destroy your flying conference down.
Oh, Jimmy, it's an anniversary ship, and it's probably going to be cross-faction. Think about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, if we go...
I mean, they've given us a ship for each faction before. However, I think that the way that they're playing this is that it might be cross-faction, because the Lukari are getting help. If you remember that article we looked at, the Lukari are getting help from both sides of the alliance.
Well, if you remember, now, granted last year, I missed last year because I was in the process of moving. So the Kabali ship, I wish I would have found some way to
Kabali ship wasn't last year, Jimmy.
Wasn't that an anniversary ship?
2 years ago.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. No, I missed that one. So when
Yes,
that
you
ship
did.
was coming out, that eventually became the new ship, and, Klingons could use it, Romans could use it, as well, Federations could use it. And there's a couple of consoles on there that really make that ship powerful if you had all the other consoles. So
Alright, Jimmy.
Would become, that new group action where this going to be I forget the name of the group, but just, theoretically, this is going to be the new Kabali type ship because we helped the Kabali, out of their situation. Same idea, same style.
Basically.
But that's quite a go. If I see flying conference down, no, I am not going to go for it. No, I'm not careful.
Oh, I'll still pick it up. I'll still pick it up, but I will hunt down every last one of you people who vote for it and blow you out of the stars.
Exactly. No, I'm sorry. I do not want a flying conference though flying and showing my pride in the game. Unless you're trying to do the old-fashioned AOL. This is AOL. You have mail. This is AOL. Please shoot me.
Okay, Jimmy. Let's call it a day.
I don't want to call it. I need something to eat. I'm hungry. Alright, I'm about to look good, gentlemen. Aaron, you want to say anything?
See you out in the stars, folks. Team Bravo. Team Bravo.
Team
Team Bravo.
Team Alpha until you get to the last one. No flying conference style. That's all I'm going to say.
Team Bravo.
You have them one. Me and Aaron will team up, and me and Aaron will walk you down and blow you out and blow up the flying conference style. You have them one.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.